Hi, Sarah Mack here from withsarahmack.com, and this is a good one today that I felt inspired to chime in on, which is, does your brand name, your URL, the things that you name things, does it matter? And here's my perspective on it, because some people are out there saying like, it matters so much, it's like how you dress, it's like how people perceive you, it, shares so much information about you, it really matters, it's really important. And then there's people in the other school of thought who are saying like, it doesn't matter, you can have the shittiest website ever and be making millions of dollars, which is true. And here's my perspective on it. In my, years of working with many women entrepreneurs, here's why I think it matters or not. I don't think the name matters. I don't think the URL matters, particularly now that SEO for URLs is kind of like irrelevant. Get rid of my notification. But what does matter and what does make an impact is how you feel about it. Like, this is the main reason that's important for you to pay attention to. Because if it doesn't inspire you, if you don't like it, if it makes you feel some type of internal conflict with the way that you're representing yourself, it's going to make an impact, right? And the way you're sharing your work and connecting to your work and feeling excited about sharing your work, that's the thing that actually lands sales. That's the thing that actually connects your work to other people and ends up in making the impact. So I always like to see things through the lens of impact. Is this making an impact? Like, does it directly affect my ability to get my work into the lives of other people and to transform other people's lives? Is it making a direct impact on that? And I'm sure, there are people who buy because of a fancy website or because of, they really resonated with the brand name. Maybe there are, maybe it influences a small part of their reason to buy. But it doesn't, the main focus, the main thing we have within our power that truly 100% makes an impact is the way you're showing up, the clarity, your message, your energy as you are sharing whatever it is that you're choosing to represent the work that you're deciding to offer people. That's really what matters. And I was inspired to share this because one of my clients, you know who you are if you're watching, has been going back and forth a lot on the name of her brand. And she became very clear on, branding in her own name. There was just something that just didn't feel good about that for her. And she developed this other brand, which she really resonated with, really lit her up. And she just felt really connected to and really good about it. And I'm like, that's all you need. Like, we do not need to, assess this or go into detail about why. All you need to know is, does it feel good for me? And if it feels good for me to share it, it's going to impact the way that you are able to make sales and enroll people into your vision and the impact that you desire to make through your work. So choose that thing. It doesn't matter really what that thing is. So I want to share with you my process for naming things. This is literally how it's been for me in my entire 6 years as an entrepreneur. And I have been that person who has, bought many different domain names. I have constant notifications from GoDaddy being like, your domain name is about to expire. And I'm like, oh, is this something that I'm going to do something with? Or, throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing which ideas I've really continued to pursue and make something out of. So many of them I've let expire. And this is how I've chosen the names for things. I have an idea about what I want to do. A name pops into my head. I like it and I go with it. Like that quickly, 30-second decision. It was that for Juicy Copy, which was my my copywriting agency. Same thing for With Sarah Mack. I think that was like just trying to find some type of a URL that had my name in it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. It represents community. It represents people coming along for the ride with me. Kind of, connects to what I do with my work as a coach. Cool, that works. Same with my program names. I'll literally just think of an idea like Freedom Club, Creative Business Badass. I like it and I run with it. I like to keep the word creative in there because obviously that's my target audience and those are the people who I am speaking to. For example, the name of my podcast, which is Creative Magic Club, I remember I was sitting in a park in Manhattan with Albor, my partner, and I was like, yeah, what would the name be for my podcast? I feel like it needs to be some kind of magical, some kind of creative, some type of community. And I think he came up with the name, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And I ran with it. I've never gone back and second guessed it. I've never overthought it. Because I've always just got on to the next stage, which is how do I get this work into the hands of the people that I'm making it for? Because that's where you make the impact, that's where you make the money, and that's what it's all about, right? So if you find yourself getting caught on these types of things, or spending a lot of time like picking your colors, or spending extensive amounts of time on your branding, ask yourself, am I spending as much time doing work that's immediately creating that instant impact? Like, it's consistently, I have people coming in, I have people working with me, I'm getting paid, the money is coming in. Cool. If you're doing all of those things and you still have bandwidth to get super creative and, put some time into playing in that arena, amazing, do it. If you haven't got your messaging down, if you're not consistently promoting your work, if you're not consistently enrolling people into your offers, then just give yourself permission to name it whatever for now. Like, pick a name that feels good, stick with it, and just move on from that conversation. And sometimes I think especially if we have like a big vision in mind, and we're like, well, what is this company going to be? What is this impact or this movement or this mission going to be in the future? And trying to align with that, it's a losing game, because we have no idea. And I was just talking about this in a special masterclass that I did with Anastasia Gerali. She came in to speak to my mastermind women. We did this whole like hypnotherapy, inner child healing, which was amazing. And we were talking about the journey of a creative, where it's really about falling in love with the process, because we just don't know how things are going to play out next month, next year, as we've all seen from the last 12 months. So you can't plan it out. You don't know what you're going to feel inspired to be working on, or representing yourself as, or calling your offers and your services, even in 2 months from now. So the most powerful, impactful thing you can do for the purposes of making the biggest impact through your work, reaching the most people, and making the most money and having the most fun now, focus on 1 month at a time. Focus on one offer at a time. Focus on one problem at a time, for one person at a time, or one group of people at a time, and allowing your work the freedom to unfold and to shift and change and evolve, because it 100% will, especially if you're a coach, especially if you're doing lots of mindset and internal work. You're rapidly shifting, your work is rapidly shifting, and we don't get that clarity around what it is that we're really feeling called to do unless we're actively delivering and working with people and we're in the process. So pick a name that feels good to you. If it's good enough, it's good enough. Decide for it to be exciting. Decide that you're going to give it the meaning and the feeling that you want people to have when they come into your world, but that comes from you. It doesn't come from your name. So, take your power back from overthinking any decisions, or I think my main message here is, if you're putting a lot of time and energy into this conversation, then it's much better spent helping people with your work. So let's just remove the energy from over there and start putting it into the action that allows you to be impacting people's lives with your work, because that's where the fun is at, that's where the money is at, that's where the clarity comes from, really feeling sure about what you want to decide on. And maybe that's really what's going on. If you're undecided about something, it's because you haven't taken enough action to get the clarity on that thing. So that's what I wanted to share today. And today is the last day to get $1,000 off my 6-month one-on-one membership, or my 6-month Mastermind Freedom Club, which is a group coaching, mastermind style group coaching program. So if you are interested in having somebody to support you with the content, with the copy strategy, with the mindset stuff, to go deep on whatever, resistances and internal blocks are preventing you from building your business and attracting dream clients, an easy and fun process, definitely take advantage of that. Send me a message and we can chat about whichever of those options is the best fit for you. I'm available to my clients Monday to Friday and Voxer. You can ask me any question. Nothing is off limits. The support is huge. The love is deep. And it's really about helping you to create clarity on what's right for you when it comes to your choices in business, and making sure that you're building a business that's fun for you and that you're enjoying, and really giving yourself permission to only work with people who really light you up, who you're a really good fit to work with, how exactly strategically to speak to those people so it becomes effortless and repeatable to be attracting these people into buying your work at whatever price you want to charge that gives you the lifestyle that you're most excited to create and the freedom that you're most excited to create. And you get access to all of my trainings, everything you'll need on content strategy, tapping into your intuition, getting into a creative flow, from getting an idea to realizing it and putting it out there and creating rapid and powerful and fun results, making 5-figure months in your dream coaching business. Come along for the ride. Send me a message if this is speaking to you. Send me some hearts and likes. I would love to know your comments on what I was talking about today. Please drop them below. Thank you for watching. Bye.